Yo, what's up, family? Got another money video for you. Although I've done many videos like this before, and you could go to those and check those out as well, because sometimes you need to be reevaluated, reinforce stuff that you already know. So we're gonna touch on this one. We're gonna title this one here though, Wasting Money Over the Years. Yes, that's simple. Because remember, like I said in the other video with me and my oldest daughter, we did about apartments. So we're gonna touch on that. Apartments, when you got your own place, your apartment, your condo. Watch me do some real simple numbers that's right in your face, but you've never checked yourself. But when someone put it in your face and you realize, like, holy smokes, I never realized that. Watch this. Let's say, moved out of your parents' house, right? You 25 years old, whatever, you done moved out of your parents' house. You got your own place. And of course you want it in a nice neighborhood, right? But we know here in America how they got stuff so doggone expensive. So let's say you move in that nice condo, apartment, whatever, and it's in a really nice neighborhood, right? And that's what you want, right? Let's say that rent is $1,500 a month, all right? Now, like I said, we're going to do simple math here, but it's for you guys to really understand, like the title of the video, wasting money over the years. You don't even realize how much money you wasted over the years. So this is your rent. This is your monthly rent. Monthly rent, right? It's $1,500 a month. Now do the simple math. If you're paying $1,500 a month, times that, plus 2, right? That will equal $3,000 every 2 months. I'm doing it this way to try to give you simple math. So every 2 months, you're going to pay $3,000 for rent. Not that you own nothing. So remember, it's 12 months in a year. So if every 2 months you're paying $3,000, all you got to do is say, the reason I'm doing it too, because say it's 12 months in a year, just times this times 6. So you go this times 6. That's going to equals, the 12 months. So in 12 months, you would have done paid $18,000 in rent. This is ridiculous, right? Now, you go in 18 months, in one whole year, 12 months, you pay $18,000. $18,000. Let's say in 5 years, you pay $18,000 a year. 18 times 5 equals $90,000. Did you believe that? 90. I want you to really look at that number and look at it constantly. I can do the simple math for you. All you gotta do is do this. Say, I'm tripping. 18. I'm gonna do the math just so you know for certain. Watch this. Let's go. 5 times 18. Just so you know it's solid, right? 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 1 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's your 90. There's your $90,000. So you see what I'm saying? So my point is, do you realize the average person, because you moved out of your family's apartment, your family's house, whatever, now you're paying $1,500 a month. That comes to $3,000 because you doubled that. $3,000 every 2 months. Over 12 months, which is a whole year, you pay $18,000 for rent. For rent. In a simple 5 years, you would have thrown away. What's the title of the video? Wasting money over the years. In 5 years, look what you done threw away, $90,000. But we don't realize this because we get. A lot of y'all have seen a lot of videos out there say something like this. It go, what has become so normalized nowadays, but it's not normal. Something like that. I'll be seeing videos like that. They say, what is so ridiculous that it's become normalized? And what they mean is stuff like this. You thought it was normal to pay $1,500 in that nice place. But let me tell you something. After 5 years, that landlord done jack your rent up higher than that. Or That landlord has lost the place, or they building something that the place no longer there. He got a family member that got to move in. Whatever the case. The point is, after 5 years, you done threw away $90,000 and you don't own nothing. Now, could you imagine? Take that same $90,000. Could you imagine if someone said they got a $90,000 check for you right now today? I'm sure your mind would spin and go, $90,000. I could do a lot with that, right? Yeah. Well, think of it this way. You should be looking at that, what you're paying for rent every month and how much it accumulates to all 1 whole year and what it accumulates in a 5 year, a simple 5 year span. So like I said, a 25-year-old, he only 30 years old now. A 30-year-old done spent this much money. Because you know what the problem with a lot of people have? Is when you make more money, you tend to spend more money. But the other thing that with this whole equation is it's insane. It's insanity. And see, you keep doing this and not thinking about it because it became normal to you, but you don't realize it's insanity. And we know what the word insanity means. It means like a mental disorder. You don't even realize this is a mental disorder. Another way we put insanity that we are all too familiar with is when we say you keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. That's insanity. You keep doing this year after year. And in 5 years, you done spent this much money, but now you're wondering why you broke. Why you wondering 5 years later, damn, man, I don't really have nothing. Man, 5 years later, you keep, this is insanity. You keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. The more money, yeah, you got that good job. The more money you make, the more money you spend. Let me tell you a simple way you can fix this. All right, so now we agree them numbers are correct, right? Let's see, I'm sorry about that. I got that bad habit. I'm going to do a video on that. People with bad habits, because that's a bad habit. I'm always making that dumb noise. But anyway, let's say you do got really good parents, family members, whatever. It'd be great to eliminate this altogether. Just eliminate it, right? Boom, boom. Just say you eliminate it. Move back in with your family, right? So now, if you move back in with your family, I want you to pay attention to this because you need to correct the insanity that you're doing. If you move back in with your family, now you're back at home, right? You're back at home in the house, right? Boom, right? Your parents ain't really charging you no real rent, but you're going to be somewhat responsible. You might pay the electric bill. You might pay $200-300 on groceries. You might pay another bill of theirs. But even if you did that, I'm sure that's only going to come to about $500 a month that you're accumulating to the family. You helping out with the family, which still leaves you a whole $1,000 left of what you used to be given for rent. Now you tell me, $1,000 in 12 months, come on, we ain't even got to write that, right? $1,000 in 12 months would be $12,000. So in one whole year back at home, you should have done saved $12,000. What's 12 times 5? Come on, y'all. Y'all been in school? 6, right? So in a 5 year, back to the 5 years. 5 years, right? So if you only did move back home and pay mom and dad $500 a month, you know, we're helping out with the groceries, a couple of bills. That's $1,000 a month that you put back in your pocket, comes to $12,000 a year, and in a 5 year span, that would be $60,000 that you saved. But let me tell you the problem with this. Once again, people get comfortable with the insanity that they're doing. Keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. You will have to correct yourself. Like I always say, there's no greater thing than that when you can check yourself. Like the old rap song, check yourself before you wreck yourself. If you do move back home, that does not mean you go out and get some big fancy car. Because we know this is how a lot of y'all think. You go out and get some big fancy car. You're partying more and more and more. You're buying ridiculous stuff all the time. And we know how a lot of y'all, oh, I'm lending money out to all my friends. I just got so much stuff. See, you're being reckless. So you essentially, you're back home saving more money, but now you probably be spending the same amount, if not more, because you're being reckless with the insanity that you're doing. Even if you did move back home and you kept this place, but now you got a roommate to split the rent, that's still, let's say now you split the rent. So $1,500, that will come to what? $750. You still should be able to save about this in a 5 year span. It should be, even if you drop that, you split that in half. There should be no reason you shouldn't be able to save $50 a bare minimum, $40,000 to $50,000. There is no excuse why you can't do that. If you did keep the place, you got a roommate, you split the rent. There's no reason why you can't say that. If you don't, and you don't see that you can do that, that means you're dealing with insanity within yourself. You have not corrected yourself. And remember, the only person you're in competition with is yourself. Not your friends, not your family, not your neighbors, not no one else. You're only in competition with yourself. You want to be a greater person today than what you was yesterday. And when we say yesterday, yes, we mean yesterday, last week, last month, last year, last decade, yesterday. So if you got a roommate, you should be able to save this. If you move back home with your parents, you should be able to, that's a year, which comes to 5 years. You save that in a year, living back with your parents, because now you got $1,000 a month, wasn't paying that. And in a 5-year span, you should be able to save that. Even if you got a roommate, you should be able to save $50,000 to $40,000. There is no excuse for it, folks. There is no excuse for it. It's just that these numbers are not normally thrown in your face. See, you got to remember how what's called compound interest. It keeps piling up when you keep adding to it. You keep adding to it. Remember the video I did a while ago called The Value of a Penny? Check it out. It's right here. The value of a penny. People just don't realize just how valuable that penny is. I asked that question to people many times before because I read about it and I actually did it myself. I actually accumulated. I wasn't able to finish it, but I got real close to it. That penny, when it keeps compounding, it will blow your mind how much it's worth. Like they said, if I give you a penny today and I double it, gave you 2 pennies tomorrow, and double it, gave you 4 pennies, and double it the next day, gave you 8 pennies, double it, gave you 16 pennies, double it and gave you 32 pennies, double it, gave you 64 pennies. Every day for 30 days, how much money that would be. It'll blow your mind how much money it is. Most people always say, oh, that'd probably be like $10. Oh, that'd probably be about $20. No. It will blow your mind. Astronomically, it will blow your mind. You won't even be close to realize how much money that would be. But that's what's called compound interest. Hey, y'all, check this out. These numbers need to be thrown in your face because now you got something to look at. Now you really got something to look at and say, wow, I have been throwing away money. I didn't even realize that. Move back home with your parents. Get a roommate. But no matter which one you do, start banking your money. Start disciplining your money like you have no choice. You are forced to do it. Act like you paying that other part of the rent, but you're really banking it. All right, y'all. Peace.